Shepherd is one of the most soft-spoken, kind people that I have ever met in Africa. He is very diligent and very smart and very talented, but he uses all of his talents to glorify God.
What I know about Ruhtt is that she used to run for medals, and now she runs for God.
Ruhtt is the most hardworking person I've ever met in my life, and so devoted to that work because she is devoted to the Lord, and that's what I know about Ruhtt. It's evident in everything she does.
She is a ball of energy. She's very determined. She's very conscientious, and she expects other people to behave that way.
Shepherd had a chance to live in a first world country where he could have all the comforts of life, but he chose to go back and be in Zambia and share the gospel.
I'm Shepherd MBUMWAE. I'm from Zambia.
My name is Ruhtt MBUMWAE. I'm from Peru and married to Shepherd.
Ruhtt and I have got 3 children. Ruhtt and I met in the States at Abilene Christian University. We are both working at ACU, and that's how we met as international students, but we'd also attend Bible studies that were organized by some of the Bible professors, and I used to supervise them at work, and Ruhtt never liked that. She thought I was not her boss.
I can't believe how hard Shepherd works. He has a day job, and then he has a weekend job, which is dedicated to church work and working with the villages and the schools there. I don't know how he finds enough time to get any rest or spend time with his family, because he is so devoted to his countrymen.
Well, at Namyanga Mission, currently I am working as the hospital administrator for Namyanga Zonal Health Center. And we also work with an NGO called Zambia Mission Fund Canada, where we help orphans, those that needed help going to school, and also those that are really struggling just to have their kids taken care of. But that's what that NGO does in collaboration with the Canadians. We are trying to improve on our services at the health center. Last year we had started with the physiotherapy, which is coming out well. But this year our main focus has been construction of the surgical ward, like Americans call it. In Zambia we call it the theater. That's where we do the operations and surgeries for the patients. Right now our building is on roofing level. We're hoping by the end of this year we'll be done with the building itself, but we still have to put the oxygen plant and also the electricity that will be going to the theater or the surgical ward. So by first quarter of next year it should be operational. That's our major undertaking right now. So as you can see, this is our laboratory for the center, for the clinic. And we have got all kinds of tests that we do. And this is Charlotte. She's the one who runs this department. We do also, today is being Tuesday, by the way, it's our art day. That's when we have HIV/AIDS patients coming, so we call it the art day for antiretroviral therapy.
Some procedures they have to pay a bit of money, but very few people in Zambia manage to pay some fees for their toothache, for their tooth. But mainly we do extractions. Apart from extraction, we do a polishing and scaling, that is whitening of teeth. Then also we do some dentures, measurements, and the root canal treatment, but very few do those because they cost money.
So to everyone else, this is our dispensary. This is where we actually dispense or give medicine to patients there. In Zambia, basically what we encourage is, well, the government really wants the hospitals to be giving medicine to people. Most of the people cannot afford to go buy medicines, in the pharmacies, the ones we call chemistry. So we've got Mrs. Lemba here. She's one of the nurses here, also helps with the dispensing medications. She's an in-ward nurse, and we have got Fortune. Fortune is a midwife nurse too, so she will take us around and show us. So you can explain maybe to the others what goes on here. Yeah.
Anyway, right now we don't have enough drugs. It's like we are running out of drugs. Last week we had the staff that had gone to Lusaka to buy a few drugs for our patients, but we only managed to buy a few. It's like drugs are just getting expensive nearly every day. So we have only things like the paracetamols, the metronidazole, the Peniv, amoxicillin, multivitamins, and just a few drugs. We don't have a lot actually, we don't have enough. Looking at the number of patients that we see every day and looking at the drugs that we have right now in the dispensary and also in the bulk store, I don't think we will actually finish a month. We'll have to do something before a month ends. Otherwise, we'll have nothing to give to the patients, yes.
From here to there is maternity wing. So we have the postnatal ward and the labor ward. So this is where the mothers who are in labor come to deliver the babies. So when they come, we have that bed where we observe mothers who come in the first stage, like labor has just started. And as labor progresses, when they are 8 centimeters, we put them on this bed until they deliver their babies. So from there, they stay for at least an hour on this bed. We do observation, we check if there's bleeding, if the baby is sucking well, if there's no problem to the mother and the baby. And then from there, that's when they go in the postnatal ward and we observe them for 6 hours. And then they are discharged if they have no complications. Yeah, but sometimes in the night we have 2-3 deliveries per day. We also have a mother shelter where pregnant mothers come when they are 9 months pregnant. So they have to wait at the mother shelter until they are in labor. That's when we admit them, because we can't admit everyone who is not in labor. We don't have the capacity for that.
Well, I have been working in Africa for nearly 20 years, and one of the things that became very apparent was the need for someone who holds people accountable. I've never met anyone who was better at that than Ruhtt.
At the beginning, we worked together as a couple, trying to help communities and establishing many churches as we can, and especially schools. We have established so many schools under the trees because we didn't have a way to do and help them to develop through the bricks and the grass. You know, and later on, we partnered with Zambia Mission Fund Canada, which was all the interest was education. With the help of Zambia Mission Fund Canada, we developed the education area, right? As well, we help, like Shepherd said, we have many orphans based in all the churches that we work with. Approximately, we work with maybe 65 or more than that churches here in Zambia. And we have full of programs for every area that we work with.
So, yes, hot. Can you hear the middle sound is the same? Read them for me. All together. Hot, hot, hot. Good. Cat, pat, hat. Ah, ah, ah.
Canada. I'm from the all members. The ones that deal with education in the schools. Okay, it could be early in the morning, 8 a.m. Okay, so I will let you know. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. And I'm going to take with me this table and ask, where do we fit? We are Christian schools, and where do we fit? You give them this one to the schools, and you don't give no options for Bible. So what we should do? We should just abandon Bible completely, and then if the answer is probably yes, and so that means we abandon everything, every funds and things from our school. And he said, no, I know that we say, but your heads, they have to think, they have to put it, and they have to do this. And so anyway, so we will see what he will say. So tell me something. How do you come up with this schedule? Okay, the first time, term one, we presented a timetable for you, right?
We first did,
before I
us.
left.
Yes.
Yeah. And then we're supposed to go all the way to 15:30, right?
15:30, yes.
And then one. And you work very well with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So now you say the government has come up with something, and then you guys have to change it.
Not necessarily changing it. Yeah, we just change this in some areas, but in line with what you already had.
Yeah, because the government also says you have to go all the way to this
Yes.
time. Now I have a question. I just called the devs because I make an appointment with him Tuesday morning, because I know where the schedule comes from now.
Tuesday was next Tuesday?
No, this one, Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Okay.
I see where this one comes from. This one comes from the government. And so over here, you even have a library in the lower grade, when we don't even have a library over here. You know?
Yes.
But to my understanding, is very, very little knowledge or maybe confidence in you administrators. And that's why Mr. Mumba is stuck. He doesn't know where he's teaching. He doesn't have a timetable.
Who?
Mr. Mumba, Absalom.
Oh, Mr. Mumbe.
Yeah.
He doesn't have what?
A timetable. Look, he gives me this timetable, and I go to the math teacher. The math teacher is teaching mathematics. He's not teaching Bible there. He gives me, and he gives me this timetable. I go to the geography teacher, and the geography teacher is teaching geography there. So what's happening to Mr. Mumbe? How is he teaching if he just enters in whatever opportunity he has because of this? Yes, you know what he's going to say? This word. Did you heads and they know what is this word? I know, because I know the devs. What does this word means?
Sample.
Yeah. It doesn't mean this is what you have to follow. But why you omit Bible over here?
No, we didn't omit, madam. Bible is here. Bible is here. We'll do it.
May I redo it? I'm not going to move much, you teachers, but I'm going to, because we cannot have Bible double like this. Yeah, I will let you for term 2 to do that mess. You cannot have Bible double.
But 1-1.
1-1. So the kids at least twice in a week they will hear about God. Over here they're hearing
Then
one
I
time.
think he's misleading us, because he's the one who said 40 minutes is not enough for me, so I have to have 80.
And then put it someplace else, another double.
Okay.
So who wants to aim to have the scholarship for Zambia Mission from Canada? How many points? 500 and above, right? Yeah, we have to. And those who didn't lift up their hands, what happened? You don't want to go into grade 10. You have to have something. When you run, the teacher they say, "Hey, you marks, get set, go." There is no point to stop. You keep running all have to be a finish line, right? And so when you are running, that is what you are pointing. You finish line, right? That is your objective, right? To start and win and finish there. Exactly the same thing in your life. You have to have a vision, an objective. You have to start, that is your studies. And you finish line, you pass your grade 9, right? Have that scholarship. I want to be on the Summer Mission from Canada. I want to go free to school. Nobody will bother me except studying and studying and studying, right? My mother doesn't have to work hard to find the money to go to school because there is someone else that is going to pay for me. Why? Because I'm the best in the school. Won't you like to be like that? Yes. Go and compete each other to be the best academically, not to be the one that paints or the best that one dress. Those are not important things, okay? The best knowledge that you have. You can take a seat, you can take a seat. At the current time, we are working with three schools, pilots for the government. We have done that because we thought we need to be the example for the government to put hard work and more emphasis in the communities, those villages where they don't have access to electricity, to water. And we had a very great blessing from God to receive a new project, which is e-readers. Each machine or each small computer that we call them, we have like 100 books, and great opportunity for the kids to read, like discovering themselves, into this technology of today. We had the chance to have MBUMWAE Christian School to be one of the pilots to receive those 50 e-readers that we are very excited for the program.
Watching game after game, but none of the students ever asked him to join in.
Okay, so you guys were all at the workshop? Okay, good. We had a great representation of the school. Okay, so what is this thing I'm holding? Tell the rest of the teachers. What is it?
No, there are books. These are books here. They are with this iPad. Instead of these books are where the papers now, there's this technology where the books are on this gadget that we are seeing.
Take this and show. Just a second, I'll give you the
Flip through Bluetooth, prepare that It's English. These are pages. You want to go back, you swipe.
This is which one myself? This one?
Yes, in class. So you will be reading as a prayer without you are reading.
Open on
Next page. I see. Next page. Just like that.
What do you think?
This is wonderful. It is motivating. Learners will be motivated.
Learners will continue carrying.
You know, on Sunday, come on Sunday.
Do you think that your learners would be better readers if they actually had books to read? There's an organization called World Reader, and they supply these. And we have some friends who have donated 50. And we are looking for a school for these 50 e-readers. They would be for the students. There are 6 of these, and they would be for the teachers to share, to prepare lessons. But it comes with a big responsibility because the organization requires very specific things. Record keeping, a reading program. You have to number the e-readers and put them in a locked cart to charge them up at night. So I would like for you to discuss whether you want your school to be the school that has these e-readers.
We planted a good number of churches for the past few years. The major ones, they are about 10 to 12. We consider them major because these are the churches we planted initially, and they have also learned how to plant other churches. What we do is we have got a program where we visit these churches, we go around. We also work together with some of our students, those that come to our Monday Bible study. Sometimes we give them bicycles, they would go and visit the nearby churches. Those that are far off would drive, go in groups, and we drop some people to just encourage those churches. Sometimes on Saturdays we'll go for Bible studies. Then we work with one of our brothers, Brother Kajolo, who has got a timely schedule where he goes and visits those churches. But what we have done also in the past is to work closely with the leaders in those churches and teach them on leadership skills and how they should shepherd the flock of God.
But it's a struggle, it's not an easy journey. Let's not deceive ourselves. Because the devil is also very busy trying to entangle us, to tempt us to do something that is bad. Chapter 15, verse 15. Specifically, Paul is telling the church here, said, always give yourselves fully to the work of the Lord. Let's all hold our Bibles. And let's lift Jesus Christ up.
I always smile whenever I would receive those letters from Southside Church of Christ, from some of the lower grade classes, I think, at the church. How they just ask us questions, how is your week? Very, very encouraging. We like those. And we know that we've got our brothers and sisters that care for us.
There's always to give thanks to God and thanks to the people that are connecting with us through God. And thank you for all the support, the prayers, and they are there when we need them, and we can see the answers of all their prayers. Just like my situation, I don't have my real family are far away from here, but I've been able to see them, and especially when my sister got in a car accident. Yeah. So all those prayers were, to me, it was that's a miracle from God, because if people were not praying all over the world, I don't think nothing positive could happen with my sister. So thank you for the prayers, and keep it up.
So we say, Southside Church of Christ, God bless you, we love you, and we will also be praying for you. Thank you so much for having been there for us. God bless you all.